Good evening from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom, and I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and these are the nightly DoorDash numbers from the desert. Today is the first day of the new week, and it is Monday. And today was a lethargic day. Today was a frustrating day. Today was an interesting day. We had, let's start with the interesting. I had an offer for a merchant, and I accepted the job, and instead of giving me driving directions to go pick it up, it actually gave me driving directions to go drop it off. And looking at the task list, it didn't even list the merchant. So it was almost as though I had already picked up the order. So I get an offer, I click accept, and immediately it goes to the drop-off section. How can that be? Even if I went to the merchant and accidentally said that I had arrived, I would have to say that I had picked up the order, take the picture, verify the product. So something was weird. And with everything that's going on, listening to some of my other new friends, one individual having his account locked and another with a contract violation, I did not want to play this game. So rather than going through calling support, just going to the merchant, being extremely late to dropping it off to the customer, even if I could have picked up the order, I did not even want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with Marissa. I didn't want to deal with Ash, if that's the other AI's name. I had no desire to talk to them. I had no desire to waste my time with the merchant. So I just simply unassigned that order and threw it back into the ether. So right now my completion rate's set at 99. It should take probably 2.5 days to be able to clear that out. You can see I did 38 deliveries today. Multiply that times 3, and you're talking I don't know, 104 or something like that. At any rate, I think it's 114. But I just didn't want to deal with it, so I just got rid of that offer. Today, I got some more equipment in, but some other equipment that was supposed to have showed up between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock this morning didn't show up until the afternoon. And as a result, what's ended up happening is I'm having to think of the airflow inside of the car to make sure that all the equipment stays cool. That's not a problem. The equipment is cool. What's not being cooled is me. And I'm the engine of this whole apparatus. So if I get exhausted and tired and heat, stroke, etc., when the temperatures start to rise up to 115 degrees out here in the desert, I don't want to deal with that. So I have one vent that's open. I found a solution online for a kid's airflow tube that takes the air from the front dash through a tube to take it back to a child's seat. And I could have bought that out of the box, but I chose to be creative and go do it myself. Same exact concept, but did not want something cheap, made in China, etc., etc. So I opted to go and stop by Home Depot this morning. That was a fun process. Even the employee there said that was fun. Taking my challenge, my idea, my vision, testing something here, throwing it back, going somewhere else, finding something, coming up with a solution. Now, the challenge today was I just didn't have the screwdriver in order to be able to do what I needed to do. So I may work on that tonight so that I'm ready for tomorrow. So the other challenge was today with that heat and the problem, and kind of testing what happens if you don't move. What happens if you're in a pseudo dead spot? Well, in my market, if you're not moving and you're not moving towards those hot spots, you end up sitting. Well, I took advantage of that and I took a nap. I think I did that twice, which is why this accounts for the low numbers today. I needed it. I can admit that. So I just took advantage of it while at the same time testing to see when is DoorDash going to try and call me out from this spot. And if you're sitting, they just work around you and they send jobs to other people. And as a dispatcher, I would do the same exact thing. So I'm not upset. I see how the program's working. Plan, do, review. I'm testing this. I tested it twice in the day. And both times, if I found myself sitting, I found myself with no opportunity. So in my market, you have to be on the move. And the challenge in my market, forget that $1.75 that some people are looking for. Forget that $1.75 that some people are looking for. In my market, you're lucky if you're getting $1 per mile. With 90 square feet inside of this zone, it's virtually impossible to get a steady flow of opportunities that will meet that threshold. You would be at a 8 to 10% acceptance rate. It's just not feasible, and I'm not willing to take that chance of not being able to get on the schedule. So as a result, we're just going to stay on the move, which is why it's also important to have this airflow. So let's go take a look at the rest of the information here. Well, we don't need to look at earnings, but as long as we're there, obviously they haven't fixed anything there. It's still all erroneous looking at this. Now remember, this week I'm taking off half a day on the 27th for my anniversary. We did a total of 38 deliveries today. I don't think I had any batched orders today, which was really kind of interesting. So let's go take a look at our ratings, see where we're at. And drum roll, please. We're at that 85% acceptance rate, and now I declined like 3 or 4, like back to back. There were jobs that even if I was trying to go $15 an hour, they were taking me out into the boonies where there's no other merchants. So not only getting out there, but getting back still wasn't even a $15 rate. So, some people think that I accept everything. That's just not the case. If the numbers don't work, then the answer is no. I take into consideration freeway miles, et cetera, and how that's much faster than surface streets, and so that changes the calculation. A lot of people don't do that. If they did, they probably would be accepting more offers. So we're at an 85% acceptance rate, 99 completion rate. We talked about that. 100% on time, 4.96, which was something dropped yesterday. I had a 3 as a rating. Not sure what that was. I wish we could get feedback. I wish we knew why it was that they did that, because then we could correct the behavior, or at least wax on, wax off. If it pertains to us and it's something that we need to change, then change it. If it's not, if it's something that's miscategorized, we should be able to dispute it if it's a merchant problem, for instance. 30-day delivery, we're at 1151, and lifetime deliveries were at 48,528. So we're over the halfway mark to reaching 49, and yeah, it's good. So today, I didn't even jump on YouTube, none whatsoever. I was working on some numbers that were missing in my data, so I had to fix that. There's still more to do, and we'll be working on that possibly tonight. But right now, I'm on my way to get some gas. Then I'm going to go home and I'm going to play with the new devices that came in so that I can get these wireless chargers up and running, and work on that airflow. And not sure what time I'm going to get done with that. So tomorrow I may be dragging a little bit, but energy is high right now, and we're having fun. We're having fun while we're making money, and that's the important thing. If you're not having fun, or you don't like the people that you're working with, or you don't like the environment that you're working with, then you're more than likely going to be happy. They usually say if you like 2 out of 3 of those things, you're content and you're satisfied. But any less than that, and you might want to think about finding a different opportunity. So hopefully your day went well. Hopefully you didn't have the challenges that I had or anything along those lines. Hopefully you had a very smooth day. Hopefully you banked up a lot of cash. Hopefully you made it home safe. Hopefully you're squeezing your loved ones when you get home, because they're the reason why you're out and about trying to make money to get yourself a foothold, to get ahead or pay the bills, or it's your sole source of income. Regardless of whatever it is, stay focused, stay on task, get it done, and let's go, go, go. Tomorrow is a new day. So any mistakes that happen today, wax on, wax off, and start anew. With that, have a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.